And as we're getting started today, we want to invite you now and throughout this class to play with gifting your sensitive attention to the people here in the Zoom room. So you could let yourself flip back and forth between both screens. You can gift that same quality of sensitive attention to whoever you notice out there that you want to say hello to with your energy. You can then give that energy back to you and say hello to you. Looping your sensitive attention and curiosity out to others and then shifting it back to you. Perhaps becoming aware of your body sensations or your breathing or any way that your body wants to move to feel refreshed. Like I notice right now that my knees have this like flow of buzzy energy going through them all the way down to my feet. And my attention right now is shifting to Michael with gratitude that Michael's here as part of a team to moderate today. So take it away, Michael.
Thank you, Kristen. I want to welcome you all to week 5 of this 5-week series of trainings. I'm a member of the Restoring Resourcefulness program, which is offered through the Foundation for Conscious Living. Programs like this particular training are created to support individuals, organizations, and communities in generating agency, connection, and creativity on this planet that we share. In this particular series, of which this is the 5th and final, we're sharing with you the tools that are offered online in the Restoring Resourcefulness program, for which you can find a link in the chat. Before I turn the call over to our 2 brilliant facilitators, I'm going to ask Michelle to share some logistics. Michelle?
Thank you, Michael. So good to be here. I feel really excited about this class. So during the class, what we're going to ask you to do is jot down any questions or learnings that pop up for you during the call. There's going to be a time set aside for questions and sharing, and so we'll let you know when those times are. And let's see. So when there is a time for sharing or questions, what we would love for you to do is use your electronic hand. And so here's how you do that if you're not familiar with this. You're going to click on the participants button, which is at the bottom of your Zoom window, and look in the sidebar that opens up, and at the bottom of the participants, you're going to see a few options, and one of them is raise hand. So you can go ahead and press that, and then we'll see you quickly that way. If you don't want to deal with that or don't know how to do that, you're welcome to raise your actual hand, and we'll likely, even puppets, will likely see you that way too. So you're welcome to do that. And you can use the chat if you have burning questions, like technical questions during the call. We will have myself and Michael looking at the chat, so you're welcome to use that if you have some questions that come up. And I am going to go ahead and turn this call back over to Michael. So thank you.
Thank you. So lastly, I want to offer an invitation for this call. During trainings with Hendricks, one of the things that we find is that learning works best with a commitment to three things. One is to bring your curiosity. The other is to bring an openness to learning. And the final thing is to bring an appreciation of yourself and the other people on the call. So I'm going to invite you, take a pause here and a breath, and see if you're willing to commit to those 3 things while you're on this call with us. And I'm going to, in fact, do one of them right now, appreciate our 2 facilitators, And I like to do that with it's like a blend because they're such an amazing blend, these two fine women. Christina has a passion for deep knowing with a twinkling spirit of fun. And Cynthia is bubbling enthusiasm with this deep commitment to creativity. And so I'm going to turn the rest of the hour over to them. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. I felt your words deeply, and I appreciate being seen so deeply by you. I also want to appreciate that there are so many of my Colorado buddies here. Thank you so much. And I want to say hi to Aaron and to Lainey, and Alice is here. Harry also joined. Jennifer also joined. Tawny also joined. Deb, it's nice to see you as well. Thank you all so much for turning your video on so we can see you and participate. It makes a huge difference on this side. So I really appreciate. Thank you so very, very much. And thank you all, everyone else who's also here. And I know that sometimes we can't have our video on for various reasons. I'm feeling my heart beating really, really fast. I am so excited to play with you all today. And what I'm really passionate about is whole body learning through play and empowering resourcefulness. My new adventure right now is creating Dyslexia Playground, which is coupling 16 years of my teaching as a special ed teacher with my life experience with an exquisitely dyslexic brain. I use the Hendrix tools in my classroom, and it worked wonders. And now I realize that every successful behavioral change I supported followed the F.A.C.T formula: facing, accepting, choosing, and taking action. I see Lindsay. Yeah, good stuff. I also use F.A.C.T on a daily basis to step out of my comfort zone and to make conscious choices. I feel so excited to explore this with this powerful tool with you. And it is with great pleasure that I get to introduce my crewmate on this fabulous tour of awesomeness, on this journey today, the playful and abundantly creative Christina.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Michael and Michelle and Mari, our whole crew here today. And I have another crewmate that I've invited that is my inner child. She's here with us today because my life purpose is embracing wholeness and creating resilience through healing play in community. So I'm in the right place today. I've been sharing Hendrix tools for the past 8 years with my friends and colleagues and clients and housemates and politically savvy book groups and just about anybody who gives me the signals that they're ready to play right now with co-creating the new reality we're all longing for. So as Big Leap coaches and Hendrix transformational leaders, Cynthia and I are delighted to be your Restoring Resourcefulness guides for today. And we want to take you on a journey using Gay and Katie Hendrix' most reliable compass for navigating the unknown. That's F.A.C.T. 4-step roadmap from stress to ease. Could there be a better time on Earth to play with this? If you've been feeling lately, I don't want to face what's happening with, you fill in the blank. Go ahead and let your whole body express and match how much you don't want to face that. I'd like to see. Yeah. Or maybe like this guy. You've been saying, I don't know where to start, or I don't have the energy. And then what happens? Oh, I look in the fridge. Do you collapse on the couch? Do you scroll social media? Or binge on Netflix again tonight? No, I just criticize my housemates or myself when I'm alone. Oh, I wonder, what is the risk of staying in our avoidance patterns until COVID runs its course? Are you willing to discover something new today by playing with facing what is? And notice I did not say by forcing yourself to face what is. Are you willing to play today? Can I see thumbs up? Yeah, thank you. Well, F.A.C.T is, oh, look at all those thumbs. It's the whole journey that we take to honor what is, to play with how we avoid facing what is, and to make a new choice that enables us to take action to create a welcome change in our life. So Cynthia has a really cool video she created to share with you so you can see the whole journey in one glimpse. So take it away, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For that wonderful introduction. So yes, let's take a journey through F.A.C.T and the formula for facing into what's hard and moving forward into aliveness. This will take me just a second to change my screen.
F.A.C.T, co-created by Gay and Katie Hendricks, the core to their transformational processes. The Restoring Resourcefulness program gives you reliable tools for times like these. Sometimes an issue or the unknown can feel like this, and you just don't want to face it. With F.A.C.T, your journey to choice and to take action can be a friendly path. Let's look at the tools we've shared in the first 4 classes in this series. Presencing, loop of awareness, whole body listening, centering breath, matching, fear melters, and this powerful tool, F.A.C.T. With each of these tools, we use a healthy dash of curiosity. Once you practice these tools, they live in your body, ready to be drawn on whenever you want to restore your resourcefulness. If you haven't seen the other videos, don't worry. The link provided will take you to the previous classes. Now, let's look at the 4 steps to F.A.C.T. Facing, accepting, choosing, taking action. In step 1, facing, we will explore how you avoid and then face your issue. In step 2, accepting, we will explore the universe of feelings and thoughts that emerge next. And let's face it, humans have conflicting feelings and thoughts about most issues. I do, and I don't. I'm excited to, and I'm scared. In this step, it is common to see another opportunity to go back and face. Like discovering that you're scared and there's more to face around that fear. Go ahead and play with face, accept a few times. Repeating this step can expand your capacity to be with what is and not run away. You'll get a felt sense of knowing or an inner aha when you're ready to move to step 3. Step 3 along the path is choosing. And I don't mean choosing with your head. Instead, allow your body wisdom to show you the way. Breathe and move as you ask out loud, what do I really want? Step 4 is taking action. This is where you determine an easy next step and by when. The fun part is you don't have to know what comes next. It will likely reveal itself as you take the next step. On this path of life, you now have a reliable tool to help you face, choose, and take action. Pack your F.A.C.T tool next time you travel into the unknown. Now let's put F.A.C.T into action.
So now it's time. Now we're going to get the opportunity to play with one issue that no doubt has come up of many that might be coming up for you and that you might want to face or not. So we're going to walk through F.A.C.T together, and Christina is now going to lead you through the first 2 steps.
So yeah, step 1 is facing, and I'm going to just take a couple of breaths here to invite you to open to the possibility that you could actually face something today on this call with the collective support of all of us that you've been avoiding facing. Not that! Yeah, well, facing is not just turning towards whatever's difficult to face now. It's the whole process of playing with, I want to face this now and I don't. So we're going to play, okay? Okay. So I invite you to actually, if you're able, stand up. And this will help you to be able to locate in the space around you where your issue is living right now. So put on your curiosity, wondering voice, and let yourself rotate 360 degrees in your space. Put out your feelers. And notice where this issue lives. You might get a, there it is, or a whiff, that's it. And when you find yourself facing your issue, briefly take a look and sense the complexity or the energy that's bound up in this one issue that's so difficult for you to face. Then go ahead and turn away. Let yourself begin to play with all the ways you don't want to face this. Don't be present with this issue. Notice all the ways you can and do avoid it. How do you distract yourself from this? Do you guilt trip yourself for not facing it? How do you do that? Use your whole body to explore this. I can see some of you are doing that. Turning away from it and peeking back towards it. How do you enjoy taking a break from facing this? You can let yourself do that. And as you continue turning towards and away, notice what's going on inside your body. Notice your body sensations, your breathing, until, you might begin to sense an opening inside you when you're actually ready to be present with this issue. And when you feel ready to face this directly, turn towards and open your body posture. Breathe and ask yourself this magic question. What about this issue have I not yet directly faced? This is a discovery process. You might get a felt sense of, oh yeah, that. Or maybe you taste a bittersweet truth. Yep, that's what I've been avoiding. And as you appreciate yourself now for taking this first step to face, I invite us all to do a fear melter dance. Let yourself wiggle and ooze and sumo and love scoop, bringing presence and energy into your body, and let your attention land on one or more people on the screen here and loop out to them and then back to you, and appreciate how each of you is doing a fear melter dance to whatever it is that you haven't yet directly faced. So this moves us on to step 2, accepting. I don't know how to accept. I just get all soft. Well, yeah, sometimes that's how it works. But sometimes there's a part of you who doesn't want to accept that this is really happening. Does anybody have these warring factions going on inside you? Well, accepting is the whole process of playing with, I want to accept that this is what's happening and I don't. Accepting is whole body listening to any thoughts and feelings that start to bubble up when you're facing your issue. So we're going to use our hands to play with this today. Did you know that the fascia in one hand is connected to the fascia in the other hand? Fascia is connective tissue, and it runs up your arm and across your chest and down the other arm. And playing with our hands is a great way to help us get to the heart of whatever's hardest to accept about this issue. So I invite you to hold both hands out in front of you with your palms up, and play first with opening and closing your palms as you breathe. This is a little review of the centering breath, which is one of the other restoring resourcefulness tools. Inhaling with your open palms and exhaling as you close your palms. Inhaling into your belly as you open your palms. Squeezing your belly as you exhale and close your palms. And as you continue to face your issue, opening your palms on the next in-breath, make the wonder sound as you exhale. What's the hardest thing for me to accept about all this? Listening as you breathe with your whole body for the answer to that question. What's the hardest thing to accept about all this? Breathing easily now. Turn your attention towards one of your palms as you say out loud, well, I want to accept this. And then, holding out the other hand, and I don't. Which feels truer to you? I wanna? I don't wanna. No way. You can change the wording until it matches your experience. Like, I want to accept this, and I feel scared, or I feel sad, or even I feel mad that what I have to accept now is this reality. Let yourself continue going back and forth, breathing and expressing both sides or all sides of your thoughts and feelings about accepting this issue. Until you get a sense of landing, recognizing all this is what is. When this happens for me, I experience a flow of energy between my hands that moves from one to the other. And when I say, I can feel the vibration of that not only in my throat and chest, but in my bones, all the way down to my heels. My whole body is waking up to my wholeness. There's a great power in expressing both and owning what your body knows is true. So step 2, accepting, helps us to express all the dimensions of an issue and allows you to feel heard. So Cynthia, take us onward on the path to step 3.
Thank you. Onward indeed. And I know for me, when I am feeling ready to shift, I have my whole body relaxes, as you said, like I feel heard, and I have energy flowing in a direction, whatever that direction might be. And I also feel a rush of excitement that, I have a sense of which direction I want to go. So in step 3, we continue to sound a pleasurable with our out breath. And we continue to make friendly movements with our hands and our arms and our whole body. And we ask, what do I really want? I wonder, Emphasizing different words, using different tones of voice, or using much like, what do I really want? What do I really want? What do I really want? Go ahead and play with that now. Yeah, and letting yourself really want what you want until you can say it in one easy phrase. A choice may reveal itself in many ways. It might whisper. It might yell. It might pop in when you're not looking. Let your body wisdom empower your new choice. And with your new choice, now you're ready to move on to step 4, taking action. Again, let yourself, with an easy that dash of curiosity, as you move around the room at a friendly pace and ask yourself, what's one simple, pleasurable action step that will lead me to what I really want? What's one pleasurable action step that will lead me to what I want? When that comes up for you, and by when will you take this step? And when you can answer that question, what's one simple, pleasurable action step that will lead you to what you really want? You can write it down if you have a pencil and paper handy. And now I invite you to appreciate yourself for coming on this F.A.C.T road trip with Christina and I. Oh, Christina, I see that you've got your fuzzy. Yeah. What I'd love to do is come back to the aliveness scale. And that was a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being no energy, 5 being excited, buzzing with energy, with aliveness. If you wouldn't mind showing me what your aliveness scale number is on the screen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing. And what I'm noticing, Christina, is that, and also something I invite you all to think about, is that different than the number that we started with in the very beginning of the call. Yeah, I'm seeing head shakes from Elizabeth. I'm seeing, yep, and Alice is also head shaking. Yep, and so is Deb. That how, this is a great technique that I use with my kids, but also you can use with yourself. Like, what's my aliveness right now? So Christina, it looks like they are alive and buzzing.
Great, thank you, Cynthia. And thank you all for playing on the journey with us here. I want to share my screen now, Michelle, if you would give me that capacity, because I want to show you a handy guide sheet that our Restoring Resourcefulness crew created so that you can play with this at home and have an easy guide to all the steps that we just did. So to recap, facing starts with locating your issue in the space around you. So you're actually, getting it out of your body where it's been stewing and putting it out there where you can look at it and sense it. And then you use your whole body to explore turning towards and away from it, all the ways you can do that or could enjoy doing that, until you feel a sense of flow happen and you're ready to face the issue directly. Then you open your body posture, you make that curiosity sound, and you ask the question that's over here in this bubble, because each of these steps has a question. And this question is, what about this issue have I not yet fully faced directly? Then you move to step 2, and you relax your breathing, and we use the centering breath to do that, opening and closing your palms, but you can use yes breath or any kind of breathing that works for you to enliven your body. And as your breath slows and opens, you would ask the first question in the accept here, which is, what's the hardest thing for me to accept about this? And then you play with one hand and the other, letting your thoughts and feelings bubble up. I want to accept this and I don't. I want to accept this and I feel scared or mad or sad or something else. So go back and forth until you notice a shift happening inside you. And then you're ready to move to step 3, which is choosing. And continuing to sound a pleasurable that curiosity sound with your out breath. You create now small friendly movements with your whole body. So you're getting your whole body engaged now. So your body wisdom can emerge as you ask, what is it that I really want? And you can play with your tone of voice, ask this in lots of different ways, emphasize different words, until you land on a choice that, says yes in your body. And then you're ready to take action. And taking action, again, looks like making the curiosity sound, moving your body, but actually taking your body into motion, walking, go take it for a walk. You know, go not just around the room, go outdoors and go for a walk with this question, which is, what is one simple, pleasurable action step that'll lead me to what I really want? And by when am I willing to take that action step? And then you want to write it down or tell somebody, this is what I'm doing. And appreciate yourself for doing F.A.C.T. So whenever you feel stressed or notice you're avoiding facing, feeling, and moving into action, you can return to this strategic roadmap to navigate from stress to ease. F.A.C.T. not only integrates all the Restoring Resourcefulness tools, it's at the core of the transformational processes that Gay and Katie Hendricks teach. F.A.C.T. can support you and your partner, your housemates, even your teenagers, to make the big and complex decisions that we're all facing right now. By tuning into your own body wisdom and loving yourselves through these rapidly changing times. So there's going to be a recording of this call eventually on the Foundation website, Foundation for Conscious Living. So if you'd like to be guided through the steps again at your own pace, you can hit pause and take as much time as you want. You can F.A., you know, because it doesn't always go really linear. And have fun playing. We want to...
Thank you, Christina.
Is there anything you want to add to that recap, Cynthia?
I would love to. What I was noticing is that I saw Paula taking a picture of that amazing document that you created, and it's in the link now. So, yep, so you have that, because I know how Paula's a fellow teacher, so like, yeah, I want that document. I also had the thought, if you're also interested, the drawing, I did all the hand drawing for the video, and I can do a drawing or I can do a screenshot of that drawing of the whole F.A.C.T. drawn out. Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up on that. Great. So look for that in the next couple of days in the link. Michelle, if that's okay, I can get a thumbs up, putting that with this document on the website. Of the screenshot of the full drawn video visual.
I can pass that that request along.
Great, fantastic, thank you.
Great.
So look for that in the coming future.
So we'd love to open up the call now to your feedback and questions. We'd love to hear what it was like to experience this process, if you actually went through it, or something new you learned today, or a question you have about the process. So let's go ahead and raise your hand, either like this, or if you have a finger puppet like this, or
a rubber chicken.
Yeah, or a rubber chicken, you know, or you can put a note in the chat, or you can raise your hand electronically.
Gina has a question or sharing.
What I was appreciating was in my facing, how the story or what was happening inside of me was really mine to truly own at a level that I hadn't really tapped into facing. And my action step really kind of integrated sorting the files too, because in my mind, just to give you an idea of the story, you know, I was facing that my son, who is an alcoholic, is triggering my father and my brother alcoholism. But in the end, it's just a new agreement I need to make. And so I was really appreciating that I could also process some of that old stuff with some of the other Restoring Resourcefulness, how they all tie together and they're woven so well. So, and I just really love your document, Christine, and yours, Cynthia, and this whole series. And I just am so grateful to you guys for creating this and creating this session for me to restore my resourcefulness today.
Thanks, Gina. I appreciate your sharing. You mentioned sorting the files, which for some people may not be familiar with. It's basically owning that's in their file, this is in mine. And sometimes that's a really big part of the facing process, is seeing what you have control over and what you don't. Yeah.
And just a reminder, if you want to share, you just go down to the participants at the bottom and raise your hand that way electronically.
I'm appreciating Sharon mentioned that the concept of pleasurable action instead of have to or should. And we talk about, oh, don't should on yourself. I should. And what's something pleasurable that can easily, what's the small first step to start that momentum? Thank you for sharing that.
Darlene, you're unmuted.
Hi. So I didn't want to face my issue. It was a belief. And what surprised me was when I fully faced it, the thing that was difficult to face or I hadn't faced before was a lot of sadness that it was always going to be with me. And I really tuned into a very young, vulnerable part of myself. And when I fully faced it and felt it, it felt familiar. And I tuned into just how it's a young, I felt like it's from young programming, I suppose. I just felt it very young and small. And so when I fully faced it, when I asked what the action step wanted to be, I was surprised that it sort of bubbled up easily that my action step is to consciously move towards thinking that it is possible for me, that it won't be a belief I have. So I'm just, it's just possible for me to experience it, my life without it. So that felt very good, just to allow myself that possibility. So thank you.
Darlene, I'm curious, did you have a by when with that action step? For me, it feels more like throughout the day, I'm going to commit to visiting this issue with love and tenderness. And it feels like I'm going to have like a massage 3 times a day with it. Yeah, I like that. Thank you.
Sounds like a love massage. Showering yourself with love. Yeah. Love scoops. Yeah. I feel happy. Paula put in the comments that both her husband and son, Clay and Colt, are listening in the other room. And I feel excited to hear how, I think this is so dynamic for families to play with, and having shared languaging. And I've seen great shifts happen within families when the whole family has the dynamic, has the languaging, has the concepts.
Kirsten, you're unmuted.
Thanks. I recognize that, and I had put it in the chat too, that my issue felt so big that all I could do was to think about moving towards something a little bit. And what came up was actually doing something not by myself, but with other people who love me and that I love. And that was really big. That was like the best part, was to being able to do it in connection with someone else that would in some way just bolster the step that I'm taking. They wouldn't even necessarily know what it is, but that I was with them. Or
goosebumps.
By Zoom or whatever.
I just got goosebumps because I have was part of my intention for this call, was that we would experience the collective energy that helps us to face individually whatever we're wanting to face.
Thank you.
Rod, you're unmuted.
Hi, thanks. I was noticing the fact that there's the husband and son listening in the next room. The issue that struck me just as we began was that, and it's an old one for me, I noticed there's 44 people and there's 3 men on the call. And when I see the world in the way it is, it seems to me that's the ratio, except reversed, of who's in charge and who's. So I feel this anger and this sense of hopelessness about the fact that men don't show up or won't move with these tools. And I realize that what I think I need to do is just accept that I can't change that. What I can do, and this is sorting the files again, is I can show up myself and let go of that. And then I thought, so that's the choice I have, to let go of that as an issue. And then when I said, what's the next step I'm going to take? And I thought, yeah, I got to go back. I'm not willing to let go of this. I thought, yeah, I'm in a men's group. It still gnaws at me, and I'd like to reach out and find some way that I can see more men dealing with this, because I think we've messed up as a gender. We've messed up terribly, and I'd like to see that shift. All the countries that are doing well with the current crisis are led by women. All the public health officers across Canada, where I live, are women, and anyway, so I've got some F&A-ing to do.
But do you have your puppets or something that can stand in? F.A. I do and I don't. Oh yeah, I'm the da-da-da-da-da. That might make it more fun.
Yeah, actually, the thing I'm thinking is that maybe I could feel into what is it about this format or these tools. I don't know. Is there something that men feel they can't connect to? I don't know. Anyway, some exploring to do.
Elizabeth, you're unmuted.
Hi. I found it really interesting that acceptance is the second step out of this 4-step process, because for me, it's always the last thing I want to address. Because I feel like I can face my stuff, and sometimes I could take some action. And then it's like acceptance. I'm like, no, I don't need that. And it's like, no, like it is very important, but it's the thing that I always avoid first. And I liked the PDF that you showed, because I feel like it's something that I could put in my journal, and I could like have my journal right there and be like, okay, let's face, or maybe let's draw or move, or all of the above. So I like how it's like steps that you can follow.
Elizabeth, I can relate to that place you described of acceptance being the last. I grew up in a family where feeling was not on the table. It was just taboo to feel, period. So accepting goes in the realm of feeling. And so I relate. It took me many years to learn how to pay attention to my body's sensations and notice that I was feeling things, and then be willing to hear myself.
I also appreciate having, when I had this and was introduced to F.A.C.T, I was like, oh my gosh. And once I understood it, like, oh, this is like everything falls under F.A.C.T. It's the groundwork for everything that I did as a behavioral expert. It's the groundwork of how I navigate my world of, oh, I'm ignoring this. Oh, F.A.C.T. And or F.A., which happens. So appreciating having, for me, that kind of construct, and which is what I'm hearing for you as well. Yeah, I feel excited, and we'd love to hear more as you play with these. And this is for everyone, as you play with this, what comes up, and what, if you have questions as well, beyond this call.
Does anyone else want to share? Sean, you're unmuted.
Hello. I love how practical it is. It's not sitting and thinking, your way out of something. It's such a concrete, tangible thing, whole body. You can do it, and it's very easy to follow. I can see it being really helpful to lots of people that I work with. But tomorrow morning, my partner, because it's nearly 1 o'clock here in the morning, tomorrow morning over breakfast, I know I'll be saying, oh, this thing. and he's so receptive. So he'll play with it too. And also for Rod, I actually work with lots of lovely young men who are very open to this kind of thing. And so they're sort of younger generation coming through, just to let you know. Just very hopeful, they're very
Awesome.
receptive, aware, and it's been so much fun. Thank you for doing all of this and making so much sort of effort to do it. Being able to just check in from the UK, amazing. Thank you. Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for staying up till midnight to join us.
Well, I think that's that just says how valuable it is. That's probably how I can demonstrate that.
Well, I know personally, we talked about it actually. Some of us have talked about how I was so impressed with and so motivated by what you shared last time that I already scripted out a couple different videos that I'm planning on supporting with the Hendricks and also on my own channel, and feel really excited about. Thank you for motivating and showing up, and I feel excited for what's to come next. And I think Michael, you talked about it as well, getting excited about how do we gear this towards teens and how do we support everyone. Thank you all for being with us, even though I appreciate you joining the community and being with us.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Cynthia, Christina. Wow, that's what I want to say. Wow. I've been seeing the chat this whole time while you've been on the class, and I can tell you there is much enthusiasm. You'll enjoy reading that later. Really wonderful. So so supportive. So thank you for bringing your amazing creativity to this class. And I also want to thank everyone who has been tuning in for the last 5 weeks, or if this is new for you today, really thank you for taking time out of your life, your day, to be with us, because we know there's a lot of opportunities you could be choosing, and we're honored that you've been with us today and on any of the calls that you joined us. So I'm going to pop a few links in, and stay connected with us. We'll be back in some way. So read your emails, and I think that's it from me. So I'll see if Christina, Cynthia, you have anything you want to share?
I'm appreciating that you put in the chat that you all have the opportunity to check in with us for a 15-minute conversation about going deeper into any of the skills any of the tools that we've talked about here. And so please, you can actually ask for any of us specifically, and also say, I would love to connect with whomever. So yeah, thank you, Michelle, for putting that back in. I love that opportunity, and it's a great opportunity to ask questions and to play with more information. I also want to say thank you so much, Michael, Michelle, and Mari. So amazing to run a Zoom call, and the only thing I have to focus on is my stuff and not all the other stuff. I really appreciate all of your mindfulness and the looping, also that all of you were looping and giving attention in and out, and your willingness to play. I had such an incredible time playing with all of you, and Christina playing with you and our puppets and rubber chickens.
So wonderful.
What a wonderful way to spend a Monday evening.
I see you all. Thank you.
We also have every Monday, you can join us with Katie Hendricks is doing a practice every Monday morning for 15 minutes. It's wonderful. If you have not joined us for that, I highly recommend 9 a.m. Pacific.
every Monday morning. So I also put the link in the chat there. And I think that's it from me. So Mari, if you want to unmute everyone and let everybody say a quick hello, goodbye.
Thank you.
Love to you all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Breathe, move, love.
Thank you.